Hello my lovely angels, this is your girl Sim, back with another episode of the Sim Squad. I'm so excited for today's video because I've been meaning to review this entire collection for you guys. I'm sure you've seen all the shorts and everything, but I wanted to do a full-length video because I need to make you guys understand each and every perfume from this range. Without further ado, this is really heavy, guys. This is the Genesis collection by French Avenue. You had seen me going for the event. We had a lot of influencers that were mingling with each other and everything, and it was amazing. The whole night was like gorgeous. Let me show you the box. Okay. This is gonna be so tough. So that's when you open it, it's like that. You have the entire thing written about Genesis, the inspiration, blah blah blah. And then, oh my gosh, that's the collection of 30 ml bottles of all the 12 zodiac signs. Yeah, it would have been better for me to add a b-roll for you guys instead of carrying this in my hand. It also comes with a booklet which gives you all the notes and everything pertaining to each and every sign. So while I made the shorts in terms of elements, what I'm going to do for the videos is make part 1 and part 2 with 6 perfumes each, so that the video does not become too long. So first we're gonna start with Aries. That's the bottle. Guys, by the way, in the set you get the 30 ml and this will cost you about, that's 1,000 dirhams, so about $380 approximately, or maybe like $400 or so. I'm not too sure because I haven't seen this entire set available abroad. It's more of like, it was meant for PR, but it's not a bad idea to actually get this whole set and then you have like 30 ml perfumes. I wish more brands just made 30 ml bottles, you know, it's so much easier to try more perfumes. And okay, let me not go off track. First, let me give you all the details about this, right? So the 100 ml bottles, they retail for about $60. The top notes for this are pomegranate, blackcurrant, mandarin and pink pepper. Middle notes are freesia, jasmine, rose, magnolia and apple. And the base notes are white musk, grenadine and ambroxan. This is a very fruity floral perfume, very uplifting and very bright and quite bold, just like an Aries. While all these perfumes are not precise inspirations for anything else, I can tell you what they smell the closest to. This smells like Cavatina by Sospiro. This is what the internet says about Aries. I have my own opinions and everything about each zodiac sign. While you do have a sun personality, which are these, your sun signs, you also are really influenced by your moon sign and your rising, right? So don't take the personality traits from the internet as your dead, you know, this is your personality. It's not. Aries, born leaders, bold and ambitious, feisty competitors, passionate and enthusiastic. The element is fire, the modality is cardinal, and the ruling planet, of course, is Mars. Now, all these bottles also have this gemstone on it, if you have noticed. So this one has like a red one, and I don't know if they were going for red jasper or not, but the ideal stone for Aries, like the main one, is diamond. The opening of this perfume is thick, juicy, and it almost smells like a cocktail, which will have very, very ripe pomegranate, your black currants, and a little bit of mandarin along with your apples. Smells like a cocktail, but not very photorealistic. It's more like a cocktail along with a lot of other notes. It smells very very designer, by the way. It doesn't smell niche, I would say. It smells very designer, but definitely upscale. It's not a cheap perfume. You also have that flicker of pink pepper in this that gives it that little kick. So it's not truly just fruity. You have that kick from the pink pepper. Of course, you're already smelling the middle notes and somewhat of the base notes. In the hat, you have the florals, which is what you smell in the opening as well, but very gradually. You have your freesia, jasmine, rose, magnolia, and apple comes here apparently, but I could smell the apple in the opening. Anywho, this is adding like a little bit of a lush and romantic side to the perfume, but overall I feel the fruits in this perfume dominate the florals. It's just 60-40, let's just say. Yeah, in the base you have ambroxan and grenadine. This is like heavy, it gives you warmth, it gives you that syrupy feeling, but you also have musk, which is like rounding up the perfume very, very nicely. It's definitely a very bold perfume. It's lush, it's powerful, like when you enter the room you'll own it. And the balance of fruity floral, this is probably one of my favorite fruity fragrances. If you're aware of my taste, you know I'm not very fond of very fruity fragrances, especially if it leans a little youthful or juvenile. I would say this is feminine. I think you can wear it like anytime during all seasons. I would preferably wear this during evenings though. You can definitely in fall winter pull this off during daytime. Summer it might be just a tad bit cloying, but it completely depends upon you, how you carry this perfume. Maybe spray a little bit, don't overspray, yeah? There's no Middle Eastern vibe to this. The projection is 2 to 3 feet and the longevity is like 7 hours for sure. My rating for this is a 9 out of 10. I really like it. This is like very rare that I will absolutely like a fruity fragrance and I'll give it a 9. If you know me, right? The celebrity is Kristen Stewart. Yeah, for sure. Like her quirks, her personality. The color perception for this perfume, I would say, is a fiery fuchsia. It's definitely quite electric as well. The temperature, I would say, is slightly warm and the presence is bold. Next, we have Taurus, which is so different from the Aries. That's your Taurus bottle. Pretty, no? And then it has that green stud on it, which is supposed to be jade. I don't know. It looks like jade. What is it? The gemstone is supposed to be emerald, but this looks very much like jade. But I see where they're going with this, right? Taurus is a floral woody perfume. The top notes are bergamot zest, 4-leaf clover and ginger, heart notes of cashmere wood, freesia, amorous wood, and the base is dry amber, vegetal amber and powdery musk. Wow, I don't know why it's like a tongue twister or something weird. I'm not used to these notes. It's not rolling off my tongue easily. Anyhow, a little bit about Taurus, yeah? The internet says this, not me. Taurus, lovers of luxury, patient and steady, dependable and loyalists. The element is earth, modality is fixed and the ruling planet we know is Venus. And the gemstone, of course, emerald, but over here it looks like jade. Now what does this perfume smell like? Oh my gosh, I like this perfume so much. I just remember because I've smelled them all so many times, but now when you recollect them and you're like, so this smells apparently like Bleecker Street Bond 9 and I am not familiar with that one. I'll be very, very honest with you. I can tell you what this smells like. It's a very clean green opening. You get the zesty, slightly spicy bergamot with ginger and you get that very earthy notes from your 4-leaf clover. From the get-go, it feels very grounding. This is an earth sign, right, Taurus? So I like the fact that they chose something so earthy. And when I say earthy, it is not patchouli earthy. This is actually, you smell forests and greenery and vegetal like atmosphere. It almost smells like grass with dewdrops on it, you know. And towards the middle, as the perfume dries down, it starts changing a little bit. Now it's getting warmer. You're getting this very evident cashmere wood. When you'll smell it, you'll just recognize it. In the middle, it gets very, very warm, cozy, comforting, creamy, and it almost smells like a perfume you would wear during sweater weather. In the dry down, you have that dry amber, you have your powdery musk, and you have like a slight bit of that vegetal note again where you feel comforted, grounded, and very trustworthy. Overall, this perfume just smells very trustworthy. I don't know why. If a person wears this perfume, I'm sure I'll just be like, oh, this must be a sound person, you know. It's definitely not bold power. This is like a soft power, but very convincing. This is quite unisex. I feel a guy or girl can pull this off. I would say this is like suitable for transitional weather of spring and fall. No Middle Eastern vibe. The projection is 1 to 2 feet and the longevity is about 7 hours for this. My rating for this is a massive 10 out of 10. Guys, by the way, I'm choosing celebrities who are belonging to that zodiac sign, yeah? So for this, I will choose Kate Blanchett. She just has this aura about her. You feel like she's powerful, but she's soft at the same time, comforting. Like there's something about her. It's her aura. It's very Taurus aura, by the way. The color perception for this is cocoa top. The temperature is warm and the presence is moderate. Next, we have Gemini, which is a woody aromatic perfume. That's the bottle. This is supposed to be somewhat similar to LV Lovers. Let me tell you the notes for this. It opens bergamot ginger, heart notes of galbanum and cedarwood, and the base of sandalwood and ambroxan. I find this perfume very strange but very interesting at the same time. So when I smell it, I do feel like smelling it again and again. Let me tell you a little bit about Geminis as said by the internet. Spontaneous game changers, curious learners and playful hustlers. The element is air, the modality is mutable, and the ruling planet is Mercury, just like a their zodiac sign. They're very mercurial, aren't they? And it's supposed to be citrine, and they have used a yellow gemstone, you know, but doesn't look like citrine though, yeah? This is a very interesting take. So opening, they're saying it's bergamot and ginger, but I feel like it's not very bubbly and fresh. While in the opening it feels a little herbal with your ginger bergamot combination, but it's not that effervescent, bubbly, fresh one. This smells, again, I don't know when I say this, do people understand what I'm trying to say? It's like when you enter a designer shop like Dior or YSL, you know, when you enter their shop, it has like a particular scent and you just know it's upscale and luxurious and it's very perfumey. This perfume, by the way, is very perfumey. It doesn't smell like any particular note. Now, they have said that they've added galbanum and cedar wood. This is what I feel is giving it some kind of weight, and I almost feel it's a little animalic as well. So it has a herbal facets, but it also has that animalic nature. And nothing mentioned over here is giving animalic, by the way. It's definitely quite resin heavy, so you feel like an ambery note, and it's like a dark amber. You feel like a slight bit of suede in it, which I'm not too sure because it's not listed over here, but I can smell the suede for sure. And then in your dry down, you have sandalwood and ambroxan, so it is definitely quite creamy. But you have your ambroxan, which gives it like that, okay, it lasts longer, but also it gives it that, you know, the ambroxan smell, right? So it gives it a little weight, and for some people it might get a little sickly. For me, to be honest with you, if I wear this in moderation, the ambroxan is not going to bother me. So for people who don't know, ambroxan is a note that can give me very severe migraines and headaches, or at least make me a little bit nauseous if the perfume is too ambroxan heavy. However, in moderation, it doesn't bother me too much. And this perfume is, I like it. It smells very, very nice, and especially because it's quite perfumey and smells like a designer showroom, I quite like it. But will I wear this very often? Probably not. I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. I would say though that I expected Gemini to have like a very distinct switch, you know, going from the opening of a certain way, maybe like very bubbly, fresh, friendly, to a very dark distinct. So this dark distinction is there. The freshness did not come through. Just my opinion. I feel this is unisex, leaning slightly masculine. You can wear this during evening times, any weather, no Middle Eastern vibe. The projection is 2 feet and the longevity is about 7 to 8 hours. The celebrity I chose for this is Stevie Nicks. Like, she's like the coolest Gemini. I love her. The color perception for this is a mint mist. I'll try to put the correct color for you so you don't misunderstand. Your temperature is warm and the presence is quite bold. Next, you have Cancer. This is my zodiac sign. That's the bottle, and I guess they've put a white stone because it's supposed to be moonstone or something, but it doesn't look like a moonstone. I've already reviewed this perfume, so I'm not going to go too much into details with it, and also it's not a very complicated fragrance, just like a Cancerian. So it's definitely quite aromatic. You smell it from the get-go, and it's your lavender, and it's not the cheap, disgusting lavender. This is a good lavender, along with some gourmand notes. So initially I thought it smells like Libre and Burberry Goddess combined, but the more it's macerating, by the way, it's changed quite a bit from the first time I sprayed this perfume, yeah? And I have the small bottle and I have like a big one as well because they gifted that to me. I think it's, yeah, it's right there, yeah? The more it's macerating and maturing, the stronger the aromatics are getting in this. So I would say, and initially I did compare it to Libre Platine, which I have here. It's called Absolute Platine. I have this and I also have Burberry Goddess. So initially I did feel like it was a mixture of both. Now I feel it's moving so away from the Burberry Goddess and it's getting closer to Libre Platine version especially, but it's not exactly a one-on-one dupe. And that goes for all the perfumes, right? That's what I'm saying. It's probably like loosely inspired, all these perfumes. The top notes are bergamot, mandarin and orange. Heart notes of orange blossom and lavender, and the base you have vanilla and amber. I smell honestly very, very less of mandarin and orange. I get more of like your orange blossom and bergamot in the opening with a whole lot of lavender and then your vanilla and amber. It feels tender, but it feels uplifting as well. It's like a strange mix, but it's a very nice perfume. A little bit about the Cancerians, right? They're intuitive caregivers, emotional yet materialistic. Lovable protectors. The element, of course, is water. The modality is cardinal, and the ruling planet, although it's not a planet, moon. And the gemstone is moonstone, although I think it's actually... See, the thing is, gemstones work with months. They don't really go with zodiac signs. So yeah, it smells super modern, like just like your Libre perfumes, very girl boss, but it has like a calm composure about it. It's not bold, it's not like anything obnoxious or anything. It's just somebody whose presence you will feel, but she probably might not be too vocal. This is a massive 10 out of 10 for me. I love anything that remotely smells like Libre or like Burberry Goddess. So of course this was like, I was sold on it. I would say this is unisex, but it's leaning heavily feminine. There's no Middle Eastern vibe. The projection is 2 to 3 feet and the longevity is about 7 to 8 hours. The celebrity I chose for this, it took me such a long time and I was like, who? Because almost all the famous celebrities, they have like a very gourmand feel about them, but this one was not so. So I chose Lana Del Rey. Just because I feel she's slightly quirky, although I do feel Lana Del Rey is, what do you call it? Sometimes my brain, you know what I mean, right? The overlap thingy. When I get it, it'll come to me like suddenly. The color perception is an off-white. The temperature is strange because the aromatics in this is giving it a cold facet, but then all the resins and gourmand notes is giving it warmth, so it's oscillating. And the presence is moderate. Next we have Genesis Leo. That's the bottle. So this is supposed to smell like Opus 1144 by Filippo Sorcinelli. Some people also say it smells like Shalimar. It does not. Well, kind of, okay, but not really. And the other perfume I haven't smelled, so I can't compare really. This is a woody oriental perfume. It's very bold, just like a Leo. It's very outgoing, very out there, and I am really liking this one. The top notes are bergamot, orris, orange and lemon. Heart notes of gourmand notes, black pepper, cashmere and vanilla, and the base notes of musk, cedarwood, sandalwood and amber. Let's see what they say about Leos on the internet. Aristocracy personified. Vivacious and dramatic, high-spirited influences. So that's Leo for you. Element fire, modality is fixed, and the ruling planet is the sun. Just like Cancer, they are opposites, right? Cancer is moon, Leo is the sun. So their main gemstone is supposed to be peridot. So I don't know, either they're going for carnelian or they're going for amber, but it's a strange like orange colored gemstone. It opens literally solar. So I like the perfume they've chosen for this. Opens burst of solar, fresh notes. You have your citrus, orris, orange and lemon. It's a mix of all of these. I like the fact that they've put the powdery orris in the opening, because it's citrus, it's fresh, but it has like this presence about it. It's not too solar and airy. It's almost like saying, I have arrived, it's the presence is there. And I can't explain it, but it feels illuminated. It literally feels like a Leo walking into the room and commanding the room. And then you get the gourmand notes, but you have your black pepper. See, again, every time it tries to get comforting, it is like clashed with something which is very, very out there, which is like your black pepper. But you also have your cashmere and vanilla smoothing out the perfume. And in the base you have musk, cedarwood, sandalwood and amber. Resins, woody notes, again adding a little bit of balsamic and woody creaminess. By the way, the black pepper in this is quite strong, so you do feel like you have your citruses along with your gourmands, then you have your powdery notes of orris, you have your black pepper, and then to finally round up the perfume you have your amber, you have your musk, you have your sandalwood, cedarwood and your vanilla. There is no way you can ignore this perfume. I like this perfume so much. This is a 10 out of 10, by the way. What I like about this collection is like everything is unique. They don't smell precisely like anything else. The whole thing is a curiosity, right? Like, does this zodiac sign smell like me? Like, I could relate to the Cancer perfume. I'm sure the Leos will be able to relate to this. Unisex, leaning feminine, definitely suitable for evening wear, all weather I would say, but it would be better performing during fall, winter or during special occasions. There's no Middle Eastern vibe to this. The projection is 2 to 3 feet and the longevity is about 7 hours. The celebrity, oh my god, I know there are so many celebrities out there who are Leo, and it was quite difficult for me to pinpoint one, but I chose Kate Beckinsale, and I'll tell you why. It's because she is already established. Like, she commands presence, but not like, it's not like a, how do I say this? Not immature, because this perfume definitely is not kiddie or juvenile or youthful. If you have a better suggestion for any of the zodiac signs, please let me know. This is just my opinion. The color perception for this is a regal gold. The temperature is warm and the presence is bold. Now, last but not the least, for this part 1 of Genesis collection is your Virgo. That's the bottle. So it has this brown stone thingy. And when I read the notes, I was like, okay, fine. This is going to smell like Oud Maracuja. Again, not an exact one, okay, or not even trying. It's just inspired by and then completely twisted, right? It's not like 80%. It's less than, I would say all of them are less than 60% of the OGs, right? Like whatever they're being compared to. Now this one, Woody Oriental, I like this much better than any Oud Maracuja inspirations because it's not smelling exactly like Oud Maracuja. This is less fruity, less bubbly, it's more serious, it's very grounded, like the earth sign Virgo, and you just know it's a person who's very knowledgeable. The notes are bergamot, ginger and passion fruit in the opening. In the heart you have osmanthus, agarwood and jasmine, and in the base you have papyrus, patchouli, cistus, labdanum and vetiver. Little bit about the Virgos. Perfectionist to the core, logical and practical, consistent companions. The element is earth, your modality is mutable, and your planet is Mercury again. Their gemstone is actually supposed to be blue sapphire, but for some reason they've put like an ugly brown thingy on that. It's like so disturbing. I think they were going for the vibe of the perfume instead of the actual birthstone. That's just my opinion. I think it was more of, this is the vibe of this perfume. You see this color, you know, when I give you color perception, I think that's what they were going for. So it opens with that passion fruit bergamot opening, just like the Oud Maracuja. But it's not too bright, it's not too juvenile. The passion fruit actually is very, very toned down. So you get like a little bit of hint of passion fruit, but you get more of that bergamot and ginger in the opening, followed by very quickly your oud along with florals. Clearly in this I smell jasmine and some other florals, but over here they've mentioned osmanthus. And in the base you have very, very earthy notes. You have papyrus, you have patchouli, labdanum, vetiver, resinous but earthy. That's how I feel in the base. So that combination of oud, resinous notes, earthy notes and little bit of those woody, dry woody notes, making the perfume beautiful. It's not flaunting. It's not Virgos, you know how they're not flaunting, but inside their head there's a storm going on. It's literally like that. I do find this perfume very smooth and sensual as well. There's something about the oud they've used in this, and you know, with that combination of the earthy notes, woody notes and the resins, it just somehow smells husband material kind of a. It's definitely unisex, but it's leaning masculine. I will wear this for sure because I'm used to the oud. Some people might not be able to wear this. If you could wear Oud Maracuja, you can wear this off for sure. I would say evenings, fall, winter, and there's a high Middle Eastern vibe in this. It's like oud. The projection is 3 feet and the longevity is about 8 hours. My rating for this is a 9 out of 10. Actually, you know what? I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. And the celebrity I want to give this to is... You're gonna be like, again, it's Idris Elba. Listen, I went through all the Virgos and I was not so, you know, impressed by any of them, especially the men. And then I just thought of Idris Elba and I was like, listen, singing, it doesn't matter. Add as many perfumes as you want to this dude. This is one of them, just for the lack of better options. The color perception is a dark brown. The temperature I would say is warm and the presence is definitely bold. Guys, you have no idea how fond of these bottles I am. I think they're super cute. They're very like, yeah, I don't know. It just looks very, very nice. And I think I've never come across like a perfume bottle like this. It does look like the Kiali bottle a little bit, but like made into like a compact thingy. And the full bottle also is a bit wider, but they're super cute. At the back, you just have Genesis written. It's so nice, especially with those little touches of those stones where I actually thought they were the birthstones, but now I get it. It's like the vibe. Aries had the red one, Cancer had the white, you know. You have your Taurus, which is green, which is earthy. Your Gemini, which was yellow. Virgo, brown, I literally assigned brown. And Leo was like a fiery orange, which is like making sense of how that perfume was. So that concludes part 1 of this collection, which is amazing. It really helped that there was this booklet because all of these are up on Fragrantica, by the way. I've not put Fragrantica ratings on this because it's too new. I mean, people are just like giving ratings and everything. I cannot trust those, so I've not given you the ratings because I want you to make your own mind up. But most of these, I didn't find any perfume that went below 8, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. I don't remember if I gave anything a 7, but like I don't remember giving anything less than 8, which is amazing. So that's it for today, guys. I'll see you in the next one.